Yo, it's your boy Straight Boss over here from Straight Smoke Gaming. It's Thursday and there is no GTA 5 Online weekly update because the DLC is coming next week. But good news is we got a breakdown and a little bit of a review, maybe a guide, maybe you get some tips to go ahead and do this Covington Emerald opportunity with ease, hopefully. And you can see here the standard variation of this. The difficulty of it is 15 capital. So we're going to go ahead and show you what you can expect and maybe some strategies that you want to utilize and maybe some things you don't want to do, because you can see here on the standard variation, this is, we're just getting our feet wet, and we got our feet wet a little too fast here. My partner in crime got a little too close to the enemies there, and it was a mess right from the start. So I wasn't even tonicked up yet before the shooting started. Okay, so the train takes off, and the bad part about the train taking off is that my horse was killed. Yes, I have horse reviver, but it was in a really bad spot, and I was just getting pelted. So I was like, rather than dying, I'll just let my horse die out. And it wasn't as easy as just calling in another horse. So I had to hop on a police wagon here, which turns out to be a good thing. You can see there under the smiley on the radar, right there, those white rowboats, those canoes right there. Those are the key, guys. I think this is the strategy that most people are going to end up using, is the canoes to go around and get onto the docks from the water as opposed to from land. Okay, so that's why I wanted to point that out. I do also recommend getting on the train. When you do get on the train, try to push and get on towards the front, because this car right here, particularly on the train, that car right there, you cannot climb over it. From the back of that car, you cannot climb up onto the roof. Now, when you go to the front of that exact car, you could climb up on top of it, but you cannot get up over that train car in particular from the back side of it. So, just a heads up on that. When you do push for the train, you want to go towards the front. Don't even go to the middle, definitely not the back. You definitely want to push towards the front. So you can see here on standard, 0.4 gold. That's okay. 15 capital, getting 0.4 gold back. It's like, okay. And the cash ended up being, similar to like a legendary bounty, 150 bucks. So it's like, okay, we're just getting our feet wet. I didn't expect a big, huge payday on standard. On standard, you get 2 team lives. On hard, which we're about to get into here, you only get 1 team life. And also, there is a 30-minute cooldown as well. Actually, I think it's a little bit more than a 30-minute. It's probably closer to a 35-minute cooldown from doing, you can't do these back-to-back. But I went ahead and did them back-to-back because, well, I wanted to find out what the scoop is here. There I'm showing, don't follow the waypoint that they give you to start. Just set your own waypoint to, like, I'd say the Saint Denis stable, and then from the Saint Denis stable, go down, push towards the docks, and you will see those rowboats. They're in white, they kind of blink and everything. And also, there's a dock worker down there as well. If anyone knows, the dock worker's not in red, so it's not an enemy, but I'm wondering if there's another approach that you can have with where the dock worker helps a little bit. So you can see here, we remain stealthy on the docks. We tonic up, then we make our push to the train. You can see the train takes off, similar to on standard. And I push towards the front of the train. The reason for that is because I want to go ahead and I want to stop this train, mainly because we had a slight hiccup there. My partner in crime got stuck between a stationary train car and some crates that we were hiding behind, and they got stuck in between them. So when I ended up stopping this train, I try to go back, try to get them free. I threw dynamite and didn't kill them. You know, I was going ahead to waste the one team life so that my partner could get out of being stuck. So, but it didn't work. So I'm going solo on this one, and you can see here the chest with the emerald tends to be towards the front of the train. So that's another reason to get on the train towards the front as well, because this does tend to be towards the front of the train. It was towards the front of the train on all three difficulties, so keep that in mind. Also, because of that car that you can't get over towards the middle of the train, that's another issue. So we go ahead, get the emerald, and we're still right here in Saint Denis actually, and I tonic up because you will you'll face minimal resistance, you know, with your wanted level. So I tonic up, calling the horse, you know, we're off to deliver it. And here I was a little bit peeved that you only got 0.4 gold on hard. Like, you get that payout on standard. Why isn't the payout going up? The cash goes up, but I'm not worried about cash. I'm worried about gold, because everyone knows that no one's going to be grinding these blood money crime missions to get capital to do this. Everyone knows they're going to be spending gold to do these, you know, these opportunities. There you can see we failed on purpose, honestly, because we blew our cover. We hit RT. We shot a bullet before we were fully on the docks yet, and it was not good. So I just decided to go ahead and die and just do a redo. You can see there, if you quit that on that failed screen, if you read that text, if you quit and you don't replay the mission, you lose your capital. So yes, you spent how much ever capital that you did. So I mean, you don't want to lose that. Do you really want to spend 25 more capital to do a Ruthless mission? And I mean, the answer to that is no, obviously, especially when you see this payout that's coming up. Okay, and Ruthless is free aim, so the free aim players, this will probably be pretty easy for you. I'm not a free aim player, so it was a little bit challenging for me, absolutely. But yeah, make sure you have really good tonics. You are going to get shot here. You can see I'm trying to loot it, and I just got pelted. I'm like, geez, I can't even loot this chest. And if you notice, I don't know if the dynamite arrows might have stopped the train from leaving out of the station, you know, but there you can see I'm pushed towards the front of the train, but I went back into this train car to take cover because I almost died. I was on the brink of death because there's so much law here at the Saint Denis station, and I know I have to get this train. I prefer, I think this is a good strategy. Go ahead and comment if you have a different one. But getting this train away from the Saint Denis station is key, especially if you're trying to leave. Like, you know, you got the jewel, now it's time to go. So, yep, I'll play conductor and we're out of here, okay? We'll get to a little bit easier, less law spot where we can call in our horses, jump on our horses, and take it to the drop-off. I think that's extremely helpful. So... yeah, it definitely caught me and my partner off guard. We expected the train to take off. Well, it didn't. So, you know, that was a challenge we had to overcome. So, but here on Ruthless, the payout. Now, here's where I have an issue here. The payout is going to end up being 0.36 gold, and then you get 0.6 gold. For, I don't know, they list them separately for some reason. But yeah, so you're getting a little bit under a bar of gold, and then the cash ends up being 220, which I'm okay with the cash. The cash seems fitting. But Ruthless is no joke, guys. I mean, if you could do it stealthily completely, I mean, you know, that's great and it'd be really easy. But I just have an issue. 25 capital doing it on Ruthless, and you're getting less than about 1 bar of gold. I could do a freaking treasure map and get, you know, oh, you know, sometimes twice as much gold as I just got in doing this Ruthless mission. So, I don't know. But, alright guys, well that's the review. That's my take on it and my strategies and what I use. So, go ahead and consider subscribing for more Red Dead Online content. We'll be doing more Blood Money videos, DLC videos later in the week, and I'll be back Monday with another.